Round the Bay of Mexico, where the sun shines daily on the mountain top, I took a trip on a sailing ship. When I reached Jamaica, I made a stop, but I'm sad to say I'm on my way. I won't be back for many a days. My eyes is down, my head is turning around. I had to let a little girl in Kingston town.
The year is 2010. A nation holds its breath as Kenya ushers in a new constitution. It is a promise of renewal, of justice, of a fresh beginning. Raila Odinga is there, shoulder to shoulder with President Kibaki. His smile is genuine, his mission fulfilled. After years of struggle, sacrifice, and unrelenting belief, the vision for a new Kenya finally takes shape. This, among other achievements, cements his legacy as a visionary leader and a true champion of democracy. But to those in the built environment, including engineers, planners, and dreamers, Raila Odinga has always meant something more. The passing of veteran politician and statesman, the Right Honourable Raila Amolo Odinga on October 15, 2025, marks the end of an era in Kenyan and African politics. Most of the world will remember him as the towering figure of democracy and reform, but his legacy is also cast in steel, poured in concrete, and carried across high-voltage power lines. Raila Odinga's relationship with infrastructure began far from the political trenches. He trained in mechanical engineering in East Germany and returned and founded East African Spectre, a company that pioneered the local manufacturing of liquid petroleum gas or LPG cylinders, demonstrating his belief in local industrial capacity. As Minister for Energy between 2001 and 2002, he directed crucial government policies that led to the partial privatization of power generation through the creation of KeNHA and strongly advocated for investments in sustainable sources such as geothermal and hydroelectric power expansion, laying a critical foundation for Kenya's future green energy dominance. Even as the long-serving MP for Langata, he was the driving force behind the start of the pilot Kibera Soweto East Upgrading Initiative under the Kenya Slum Upgrading Program. He aimed to replace dilapidated housing with modern residential infrastructure amid the myriad of challenges. His most direct executive impact came as Minister for Roads, Public Works and Housing. His key achievement was a fundamental structural and financial overhaul of the sector. He initiated the policies that created the foundational framework for modern road management. His ministry laid the essential legislative groundwork for the eventual formation of the three specialized road authorities, including the Kenya National Highways Authority or KeNHA, the Kenya Rural Roads Authority or KeRRA, and the Kenya Urban Roads Authority or KURA. This institutional decoupling professionalized the sector and remains the standard today. He successfully lobbied for a significant increase in the national budget allocation for roads and implemented the policy to strictly ring-fence the Road Maintenance Levy Fund or RMLF. This financial stability was a cornerstone, creating the first consistent and predictable funding engine for all later projects. His ministry re-energized and scaled up the Roads 2000 program, an initiative focused on labor-based road construction and maintenance in rural areas, which improved the rural network and created significant employment. Furthermore, he personally spearheaded the reconstruction and expansion of Mbagathi Way, later renamed Raila Odinga Way, using concrete paving instead of bitumen. This was a radical departure intended to prove the durability and longevity of concrete under heavy urban traffic. The stage expanded dramatically when he became Prime Minister in the Grand Coalition government from 2008 to 2013. On June 10, 2008, alongside President Moi Kibaki, he co-launched the Kenya Vision 2030 Development Blueprint, serving as the co-pilot for the entire transformation agenda. During this transformative phase of Kenya's development, a series of landmark infrastructure milestones will define Raila Odinga's legacy in government. The Thika Superhighway, a project that redefined urban mobility, stands out among them. Between 2009 and 2012, he personally oversaw its critical construction and execution, turning an ambitious vision into one of the most celebrated infrastructure projects in the country. Beyond Nairobi, he championed the expansion of the Northern Corridor, which is the lifeline connecting the port of Mombasa to Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi. He also played a decisive role in the political birth of LAPSSET. From the cabinet table, Raila pushed its adoption as a flagship Vision 2030 project, giving it the political will and budgetary support that finally set its foundation in motion. On March 9, 2018, Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta announced their famous Handshake, and this singular act of reconciliation stabilized the country and led to the Building Bridges initiative, which sought constitutional changes to formalize shared governance and promote unity. The National Dialogue Committee, or NADCO report, will later serve a similar purpose, working with President William Ruto in the broad-based government. From 2018 to 2023, as the African Union High Representative for Infrastructure Development, he became Africa's chief infrastructure champion. He tirelessly advocated for the completion of the missing links in the Trans-African highways and marshaled support for mega-regional projects. He passionately championed the dream of a Continental High-Speed Freight Railways Network, or CHS-FRN.
Let's tell the Asian tiger that I'm the African lion. You have danced alone on the stage for far too long. When I was asleep in the jungles of the Congo, the European bear retreated to the polars long time ago. The American panda is also on the retreat. Now I'm awake.
A tangible commitment to regional trade was his active involvement in the revival of the Kisumu port and the dredging of Lake Victoria, which included coordinating the acquisition of the new MV Uhuru II, thereby restoring crucial maritime trade between Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. Even beyond his official roles, his personal vision for urban transformation shone through the 120 billion Kenya shillings Levy Marina project in Kisumu. This ambitious blueprint for a mixed-use development underscored his final vision for maximizing the potential of the blue economy. Hopefully, this project can still continue. Raila Odinga's life was a testament to the belief that the political freedom is incomplete without economic liberty, proven by his journey from a local manufacturer of gas cylinders and a deputy director at KEBS to an engineer overseeing Kenya's roads and ultimately to Africa's voice for continental connectivity. The freedom fighter is gone, but the engineer's work remains. His legacy is permanently etched both in Kenya's democratic journey and in the very roads, bridges, and energy lines that now crisscross and connect the continent. We offer our deepest condolences to his family, the people of Kenya, and the entire continent he served with passion. May his memory be a blessing, and may his soul rest in eternal peace.